Welcome back to another episode of 1 Million Verb. I'm here. Wait, I didn't even do the intro dance, huh? Listen, let me tell y'all, because the devil is busy, but God is busier. Right before we went live, I had to take a Benadryl. Child. Because what the what? Like y'all doing too much. Y'all doing too much. But we're gonna get into it though. Welcome back to another episode of One Being Brave. I'm your host, Domo Jones. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. And I'ma always say it every episode because y'all be rocking with me and like y'all right here. Like y'all got my heart. Alright, so for the old heads, y'all good, y'all straight? Like how y'all living? Alright, cool. For the newcomers, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. Have a seat. You know, do your big business. Have a seat, chill, relax, see what we talking about, cause we in there. Alright, so let's get into the house rules. No profanity. We don't do that on the show. Nope. Nope, we don't do that on this show. Also, no bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preferences. Why? Because from one blood, he made what? All the nations. So y'all kinfolk, auntie, uncle, cousin them, sister them, grandpa them, granddaddy and them. All y'all invited to the barbecue. Tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Exactly. Period, poo. Exactly. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents. Girl, get that. Okay. Wait, it wasn't right. Okay, there we go. This show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. So y'all already know what that means. Y'all know. Get you one of us in your circle. Don't get you one of me, but get you one of us in your circle because what we are top tier. Like we just really are. We just a top tier community. Top tier community. Top tier, top tier, top tier, top tier. Say that 5 times fast. Say that 5 times fast. Top tier, top tier, top tier. Also, this is one of the before I say that, the very first second most important rule of the day is we talk about Jesus Christ on this show. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, is there really any explanation? Oh, okay, because what else is talking about? Ain't no explanation. He the truth. He the main thing. So we about to keep him the main thing, you feel me? Period. And that's on what? Period. Okay, now this is the most important rule. This show is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions or essential caregivers or professional. Wait, that's a lot of ors. Girl, just combine it. This show is the only show that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests that are medical professionals that have disabilities and or medical conditions, and they are essential caregivers. So like caregivers. Period. And with that being said, y'all know the old head. You already know what I'm about to say. Lady O. Tyler Perry. Yep. What else? What else? Ava DuVernay. I'm coming to all of y'all houses or studios, whatever. You choose. Just send me the location. We all probably got iPhones. Send me the location, and I'm there. Lady O. The weather is changing, so I'm coming to the house. I'm coming to the house. Period. I'm coming to the house. Also, I'm gonna go up the street real quick to Tyler Perry's house or studio. You choose. And then we're gonna chop it up. Then I'm gonna go 3 blocks over to the left to Rockefeller with me and Mother DuVernay. And then as we're getting our locks done, I'm in chair 1, you're in chair 2. And we okay, so what do you okay, yeah, so when we go, that's how it's gonna be. That's it. I'm in wash bowl 1, you in wash bowl 2. We're gonna be sitting in the dryer. Huh? I can't hear what cause text me. Send me your number. Send, airdrop it. That's how it's gonna be. Airdrop cause I can't. I'm under the dress. Okay, because that's how it's gonna be. That's it. Cause we want to be friends for life. That's all I got for that. I'm waking up. I'm waking up. I feel it. I'm waking up. Okay, so those are the house rules. Gabe, who is the Braveheart for this week? Please let me know. Okay, because is she not fly? The blind outlaw. Her name kind of says it all. Her disability is she's blind. Nevertheless, first of all, the dress. Come on, dress. Come on, little belt. Come on, little puppy seed dress. Where's your little puppy seed dress from? Okay, it's the poppy seed for me. It's the poppy. Does that dress like a? Don't that dress like a pop? Okay, y'all, for real. Don't that dress like a poppy seed dress? You see the flowers? Come on, poppy seed dress with the belt and the medallion belt. She fly. Girl, you keep doing your thing, okay? With the poppy seed. I'm waking up and I'm tired at the same time. So I'm a little slowly. Joseph, okay, I'm so glad that you're on right now. Because let me tell you, we had this similar experience. We had the very similar experience. Oh wait, before I say that, Gabe, the Braveheart is no longer. Can you slap that down? Bless your heart and all your parts. So you guys see the gray, right? For those that don't know, every month I honor, I reverence a ribbon, whether it be cancer, whether it be tumor. This month is, or whether it's just awareness. This month represents my month, Go Great in May, which is brain tumor awareness / brain cancer, brain tumor / brain cancer awareness. And my my ribbon, okay, wake up. My ribbon is gray. Okay. Now, here's the thing. They must not have known that I was gonna be in May, because why they choose the most dry color? All the other months got lime green, pastel orange, fluorescent yellow. All them. You see all them. And here I am. Hey, you got gray. Girl, what? What I got gray for? I can't be baby blue. I can be soft pink. Periwinkle purple. Child. Anything else but gray. Why can't it be like a gray with a shimmer? But I'm grateful. I'm here. I'm alive. And we still here. So chugging along. Okay, so let me tell y'all, for those that came in at the very beginning, I mentioned, it was an honorable mention that I am trying to wake up. So let me tell you why. Literally about 7 minutes before this show, love you, Mom Jackie. 7 minutes before the show, I had to take a Benadryl. Why? Because I had a doggone allergic reaction. Ain't nothing gray. Thank you. I had an allergic reaction, guys. The devil's trying to take me out with this eating. But he's not about to win. I'm about to figure out what I can eat. And that's the only thing I'm going to eat. Because right now, it's looking like air sandwiches and ice chips. Because what are we doing? Love you, Mom Jackie. Thank you. Like, okay, so backstory. Let's take it on back. So last week, for those that don't know, I love vegetables. I'm a vegetable person. Love it, adore it, love vegetables. So I'm like, yo, I want some spinach. So I literally had spinach, eggs, cheese, and steak. Right? I don't know. I took a bite and throat started closing. What is happening? That was one. Sunday, Mother's Day. My God, on the Mother's Day, I'm over here trying to celebrate my mom. I'm trying to give her flowers. And here I go, wanting to eat another type of vegetable, which is what we call a Brussels sprout. Stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Had a doggone allergic reaction. So much so, wait for it, that we had to call the doggone paramedics. Child, what? Had to call the paramedics. They came to the house on Mother's Day. Child. Okay, so that's two. And I take my EpiPen. So moving forward to today, I'm like, I'm about to be mad careful. We ain't about to eat nothing. I just ate an apple. Just took a bite. Just take a bite of an apple. Nothing more, nothing less. A bite. And here I come. Why is my ear itching? I'm over here storming to a doggone Benadryl bottle. Child, you ain't. I'm gonna eat something. Okay, enough's enough. I'm sick of it. I'm putting my foot down because this don't make no doggone sense. I can't eat nothing. Cheese. Had a piece of cheese. Ears start itching. Doors start closing. No. Mm-mm. I would not live like this. You don't have to live like this. You deserve more. You deserve more. And more is coming. EpiPen is my best. Matter of fact, I just ordered another one. And matter of fact, I need a double pack. Triple if you got it. Because what we doing? Enough's enough. Put my foot down. So that's my story. And I'm sticking to it. But I'm waking up because I'm getting a little energy. And my guests are here. My guests are here, and I'm so excited. I'm waking up. Thank you, Father, for letting me wake up because that wouldn't have been real cool if I was like halfway asleep. Yes, Grandma. But God is in control. God is in control. You remember that song? Okay, cool. All right, so my guest. I'm super, super, super excited. This is my girl, first of all. Like, we go way back. We go back way back to singing days. Like singing in the stove, singing at concerts, singing at musicals. You feel me? Like we was in there. I had my mic, she had her mic. We was in there laughing, like how we do. I'm super grateful that I asked her to be a guest like super last minute. Praying for my previous guest that was gonna be on. He had an emergency where he had to be admitted to the hospital. So praying for you, steady. But I'm super grateful that I asked her super last minute and she said okay. And she ended like somewhere I cannot wait to hear her and her son's story. But I'm done talking about me. Dirty, come on out. Then Aiden, come on. What? You already know. Hi, God.
Hi.
How are you?
We are here.
Listen, we in here like somewhere.
So it's a little ghetto, but we almost.
It's all right.
We'll
Listen,
make this thing work anyway. Amen.
Amen.
Yes, we are.
I'm so glad that y'all.
It's so good to see you.
I know. Girl, you look the same.
Honey, you too.
Girl, let me tell you. Water and minding my business.
Hello, because that's my business. That's what Auntie Tab say.
That's what you say. Mind your own and you live long.
Hello, amen.
That's it. Hi, Aiden. You good?
We pronounce it Adon.
Oh, Adon. Thank you.
No problem.
Adon.
Yeah.
You know what? I like that even better. Like it has like a ring to it. It has like a majesty type vibe.
Yep.
I like it. All right, so let's get into your story. Both of you guys can talk, whoever feels comfortable. But I definitely want to hear your story as a mom, but I want to hear Aiden's too. So can you tell us where you're from and the name or the name of Aiden's disability or medical condition?
We're from Inglewood, and my my medical condition is asthma.
Mm-hmm.
You have asthma.
Yeah, he has severe asthma. We thought also for a little bit had acid reflux as well, but that was recently determined not the case.
Gotcha. Okay, Aiden, could you scoot over a little bit so we can see your handsome
There
face?
you
There we go.
go. Or we could put this down somehow. There
There
we
he. Okay, because hey, boy,
Is he cute?
listen, he is too fly.
I told him
Too.
I didn't want him eating on the screen, so I put it up a little bit, but it's all right.
It's like listen. We comfortable around here. You eat. Okay, so Aiden, how old are you?
8.
8 years old. When was he diagnosed with asthma?
So he actually had the symptoms and all of the treatments from the time he was about 3 months, but they didn't officially diagnose him until he was after 1 because they said that he was too young for them to diagnose him. But they had given me the breathing treatments. He was stayed in the hospital like every month. So they were treating him like he already had it. But he didn't get
Really?
diagnosed until after he turned 1.
So what did his symptoms look like?
So always congested, throwing up uncontrollably, unable to breathe, like pulling from his chest and here, like you could tell it was hard for him to breathe. Very easily triggered, just getting sick. Like pretty much every month he would be sick and congested
Really?
and unable to breathe and like throwing up uncontrollably.
Sheesh.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Runny
scary.
nose.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Runny nose?
Coughing, runny nose.
My
Man, so
cough
what
got
there
out of the dog's bark.
you said the dogs?
He said his cough was as loud as a dog's bark. Here we go.
Well, you're
We
going
just
on.
getting warmed up. We just getting warmed up.
Right. Okay, so Adon, like when you had those symptoms, did you know it was coming?
What do you mean?
Like when you felt like there was like a flare up, was it something that you did to stop?
Not really, because like when I get sick, just happens randomly. Like I do something, then I fall asleep, and next morning I'm sick.
Just like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like no food or nothing that he could actually do or not do to prevent it. Like
Wow.
the symptoms, they just come and there's nothing we can tie it back to. And every time he gets tested for like allergies, usually it comes back as nothing. But there was one like maybe 2 years ago, he got tested for allergies and they said he's allergic to cats. But he's never been around cats ever in his life. So
How?
I don't know. We're still at square one, basically.
Right.
He had a procedure in February where they put him to sleep.
I'm sorry, wait. We're just gonna back up just a millisecond. You said he
Okay.
had a what?
A procedure.
Procedure.
Oh, procedure. Okay, I thought you said seizure. I was about to say, hold on now.
Oh, no. A procedure in February where they put him to sleep to kind of go in and see if he had like anything additional going on. Like they had the GI, the ENT. I just gave you a drink. They had the GI, the ENT, and the pulmonologist go in at the same time. So they were looking at different parts of his body, his colon, his esophagus, his lungs. And all of them said that the test came back normal, like nothing abnormal that they saw. He still definitely has the asthma, but nothing additional none of the things that they were looking for additionally.
Yeah. So what kind of like medications or treatments does he use?
So every day he has to take 3 pills. And okay, that's enough of this. This is an energy drink. Okay. You don't need
I was just about to say, that's an energy drink. He about to be off.
his whole house up in my drink, okay? His whole house.
About to tear it up. Be on the wall.
Out of control. It's bedtime, okay? So he takes 3 pills every day. He takes
I'm gonna take my butt off and change my clothes and
okay. All right. Well, can you hurry up with that? Because we in the middle of this.
It's all good.
I can't. I'm not. I won't. I'm not. Nope. So he takes 3 pills a day. He takes cetirizine, montelukast, and famotidine because he struggles with like constipation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 3 pills, and then he takes 2 pumps, which is Symbicort and oh, what's the other one called? What's the other pump called, Adon? Do you remember? He just got that one. It's kind of new, so we have
Oh.
to look at it. But he has 2 pumps that he takes morning and night, and then
Mm-hmm.
3 pills that he takes every day. And then when he gets sick, he has to have treatments, like breathing treatments, every 4 hours. Sometimes, depending on the symptoms, they'll also give him something in addition. So they'll give him like a steroid, which is like prednisone or decadron, and then they will, like this last time he got sick, they gave him amoxicillin to kind of clear the infection
Mm-hmm.
along with the prednisone and the treatments every 4 hours. And I always have to also give him like a cold medicine to like clear up the cold symptoms, like a cough medicine over the counter
Yeah.
as well. So when he gets sick, that's when it gets kind of crazy because we don't know if he's going to need to go to the hospital yet, or like it's like stages. So I have a lot of stuff here at the house that I could give him, the
Mm-hmm.
treatments and everything. But if the treatments don't work and I have to give him treatments more than every 3 to 4 hours, then I have to take him in because the treatments aren't working. And then they'll give him like the prednisone or the decadron, which is a steroid to kind of reduce the swelling.
Yeah.
And then they'll see what else is going on. Like, so sometimes he's having like throw up spells and he's like dehydrated. So they'll decide if they're going to keep him in the ER for a little bit. Then sometimes they decide if they're going to admit him. He gets admitted probably like 2 times a year.
Really? How long is the admin?
Usually about 4 days, 5 days, depending on. Yeah, we will be in there. Yeah. And they'll do different, what they call different treatment modalities to kind of loosen up the
Slim?
congestion.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And they do the treatments every 4 hours in there and give him the medications, every twice a day and stuff like that. So it's been twice a year, up since he was about two when he was 2. So the trips to the ER are much more frequent than that. Like we go to the
Really?
ER a whole lot. Like, yeah, I lose count. I can't count how many times we go per year. um it's just the amount of times that he gets admitted is probably like twice out of the year. But usually we'll go to
Mm-hmm.
the ER, and that's when they'll give us like the Decadron or the prednisone with
Mm-hmm.
amoxicillin or without, and then they'll decide like how long we stay in the ER. If I had to throw a number out there, I'll say probably like 10 times a year we go to the ER, maybe more,
Really?
or more. That sounds low. Yeah. So, but he usually gets hospitalized about twice a year, and it's been interesting ever since he was about 2. Like right before he turned 2, that was the first hospitalization, and that time he had to get hospitalized twice within 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, like he
Was it
went.
not clearing up? Like the phlegm, the
It
congestion?
was like, it was like a period of time that he was fine. Like he literally had a
Mm-hmm.
photo shoot in between. It was so weird. Like
Really?
when I tell you, he was doing acting and modeling and stuff, and he was like in plays. And I had a photo shoot scheduled for him on December 16th. The first hospitalization was like December 4th, and
Mm-hmm.
he got out a few days later. Went to the photo shoot. We even went to like Knott's Berry Farm or something. He was in the
Really?
hospital 2 days later after the photo shoot, like the night. I want to say the 18th or 19th. We was hospitalized, and he
God.
almost died then. They had to like do
Really?
they had to do like an emergency, like that. I had to call the ambulance to pick us up because he wasn't like cognizant, like he wasn't alert. He wasn't holding his own head up. He was like throwing up uncontrollably. He was with someone else, and
Mm-hmm.
they called me, but they called me too late. So by the time I got him, he was like not opening up his eyes on his own, not holding his head up, and
Whew.
was almost unresponsive, unresponsive. Like the only thing was like every now, like I could kind of get him to like respond a little bit,
A
but
little bit.
barely. So I had to call the ambulance. They came and got him. And when I tell you the nurses, it was about 4 or 5 of them in there, and they were like panicking because they had to do like 5 different things to kind of get him back to where he could respond.
Yeah. So is it like because you said that he's been in the hospital kind of frequently ever since, at a very young age, is it the same timing? Is it around the same timing, the same weather that he
Yeah,
goes?
yeah. So every April, he actually
Okay.
didn't get hospitalized this April, which was a blessing.
Yeah.
But he usually is every April and every October. It's
When the
either
weather.
October or December. It's very strange. Like it's been alternating those 2 months in the last couple of years, but it's every April for sure.
And so for you as a mom, like how did you end up learning like the pattern of what he needed?
Um,
Or have you even learned it yet?
yeah, I think I have. I can honestly say I feel like he's getting better now because, like I said, this is the first April that he hasn't gotten hospitalized. He did get sick, but he didn't get hospitalized. Um, I think it's more so like being with him all the time. I know the differences. Like it's almost like he's a part of my body a little bit. Like his
Hmm.
body is a part of mine. So I
Hmm.
kind of know when he's like the levels of sickness that he's at.
Yeah.
And I can look at him and tell if he can't breathe. Even if
Yeah.
he's running around and playing, like I could tell if he can't breathe. Um, and I usually know like when it's bad, but now he's gotten so used to it because it's so frequent and so common that he's at the point where he's like, "Can I have a treatment?" He know how to do his own
Wow.
treatment,
Yeah.
and so like we're kind of at that point where I hate to say it, he's 8 and he could do his own breathing treatments. He know how to put the little thing in there and put it on his face, push the button. So it's at that point where I'm like, wait a minute, you don't need a treatment yet. Let's wait because I
Yeah.
know signs that I'm supposed to look for, and you not the parent. But it's more so like I know him well, and I kind of could tell when he's struggling and when he's not. And then I know even the difference in it, like he's sick, but he doesn't need to go to the hospital yet, or
Right.
he's sick and he needs to. Like there's been times where I've been at the doctor, kind of like pushing them, like, hey,
Yeah.
he needs this. You guys need to move, because there was one time where they like just gave him like a nausea pill because I told him he was throwing up, and I'm like,
Mhm.
nah,
Yeah. We need a
he
little
ain't
more.
got a sore stomach. We could have been
Right.
at the with some Pepto Bismol for that.
You don't need no Pepto Bismol.
Go give him a nausea pill. Just so he's sitting there watching TV. Like, we not here to kick it. We are not here to kick it.
This is not
So
a
I
vacation.
had thank you. So I literally had to show them because he had threw it like that particular day. He had threw up like 12 times in the car on the way to the
Wow.
hospital. And so by the time we got to the hospital, he didn't throw up. And so they thought that I just was bringing a kid with a sore stomach up in there. And I said, he's dehydrated. Like, y'all need to give us the works, the
Yeah.
IV, all the things.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. She did. She literally gave him a nausea pill, and we were sitting there for like a few hours. And I was like, what y'all waiting on?
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
literally got I had a bottle of water, a little small bottle of water, and I went into their cabinets and grabbed a throw up bag, and I had him drink some water, and he threw up in the bag, and I went out and showed it to the doctor, like, hey, it's yellow bile. This is what we have here. Can
Oh,
y'all
oh, you're
come
one of those.
come on with the come on?
You're
Let's
one of
do
those.
things because
Got it.
I'm not about to be up in here watching cartoons all day.
We're not. And then I gotta go home. And then
Hello?
dealing with it. No, we're not. Fix it now before we
Okay.
leave.
Because they have those moments where you have to remind them, like, this is what y'all should be doing. Okay? Because
Have you ever had those moments, even with? So wait, before I say that, does Adon have specialty doctors? Have specialists?
yes, he has a pulmonologist, a GI, and a ENT doctor right now. He had an allergist, but we don't really need her, so we haven't really been seeing her.
So with them, and you telling them, kind of about what's going on. Have you ever had to kind of explain to them exactly what is needed, or are they kind of really helpful with understanding?
So we had the pulmonologist for the longest. She was like with us from the time he was 2. She just recently left the hospital that we were at. So for her, most of the time it was just her. But just like last, like I want to say October-ish, she referred us to the other 3. So the GI and the ENT, they're in the same hospital, so they can look at his notes. The allergist is at a whole nother office. So she went off of what I said. And the problem is I didn't know this. Like I didn't know that she couldn't see the notes or didn't have the history. So she was asking me so many questions, talking real fast, and I just was kind of like, what? And I'm trying to give her everything that I can remember off the top of my head. But like I said, I don't even remember the ER visits mostly because they happen. So for me, the ER visits are like just clockwork. Like, okay, it's time to go. Let's just do it. I can't keep up with how many times I do it because I'm at the point now where it's like we literally bring stuff to the hospital to like entertain ourselves. I'll be ordering
Because y'all
up to the ER
At
while
this
we waiting.
point, we got everything. We be bringing blankets. My mom brings her computer to do work. I bring my iPad, pillows sometimes.
I DoorDash food up to the ER while we wait.
Listen,
We be getting Wingstop.
So I do it so
Chick-fil-A.
much that I've made it comfortable for us, So I kind of
yeah, because you already know.
dates, and I lose track of the dates. So when I met with the allergist, she was the one that kind of made me uncomfortable because she was talking so fast, and
she said I will have
trying
to
to change. Yeah, she was trying to change his medication drastically, but she also didn't have access to the paperwork. So I'm like, hey, let's dial this back.
Yeah, right. Let's circle
meeting
back.
where we can bring in everything, and we have our dates and we have our everything, because you can't tell me you can't see his file, but you are going to completely change his whole medication regimen, and you want to give him a shot every 2 weeks, and you want to. That was where I was like, hold up, press.
Stop calling her shot. I said, Mom, no.
She was going a little too fast for me, so I went back to the pulmonologist and talked to her about that because she had been with us, for so long. So I was like, this woman, she wanted to do all of these changes, and she was like, okay, well, let's do the procedure first. Let's see if he has another condition in conjunction with the asthma, and then we'll figure out if we need to change the medication. They came back and said everything was pretty much fine. So it's now so that like we don't even know if we need to meet with the allergist anymore because we have the ENT, the GI, and the pulmonologist, and they're the that did the procedure. Yeah, and none of them found anything that was like abnormal.
Yeah.
Outside of the asthma, So if they would have, one of them would have come up with something, then maybe that would have been necessary. But that was the experience I had where they didn't know what they were talking about. And then we, of course, dealing with the hospitals and being there and having all those shifts changes and having to tell them, like, I'm really at the point, and I hate to say it, like my relationship with sleep is so different.
Really?
I don't sleep. When he's sick, I do not sleep. I'll be at that hospital wide awake talking to them nurses like, let me tell you what was the last thing that Sugar Plum Jenkins did, because I wrote it down or I remembered it. Because y'all not about to play me. And because they change shifts, they just
exactly.
They don't know what they doing. So I have
and then they had 19 other patients.
Yeah, and they don't be knowing what I be like, oh God, you was running me down to the ground, child. Like let me tell you what happened in the last 4 hours.
Just have a seat. Just take notes. I understand that because I had asthma, severe asthma growing up. So the conversation about going to the doctor and bringing treatments and all that, I know exactly now that I'm older and I kind of grew out of it. I know what my mom was doing because I was like, Mom, I felt like Mom, you're doing a lot. But when it comes to your child and breathing, you're never not doing enough. And I get
they die so easily just from asthma. That's the thing. Is like there's so many more severe conditions, but children die from asthma mostly.
Yeah,
because they can't breathe.
Like they cannot breathe. Hello.
And so this one right here, he be fooling people because he is the kid that's running around even when he can't breathe. He's trying to play. He is a play all day type of kid. So he don't really care.
I wonder where he gets that from.
I don't know because I'm civilized.
You sure about that?
Thank you, Adon. Thank you, because
He plays all day, Eddie.
are you sure about that?
A shirt
Because
that says "Golly" with a little bit of gangster is civilized.
wow.
Oh, he talking about my wardrobe now.
Well, children tell it all. Is all
See
I'm
how
saying.
they do? You see how they do? It be your own kids.
It be your own ones. It be your own ones that you give birth to.
Mm-hmm.
Are you afraid now? Now that he's getting older and he's kind of like understanding a little bit more about what he needs, do you have a fear of him? Wait, before I even ask that, because I have so many questions in my head. How is his schooling? How is him going to school? Does he have nurses? Does he have
No, so he actually doesn't have any disruption in school outside of missing school. He just misses a lot of school because of the appointments. And then now that there's 4 specialists as opposed to 1,
yeah.
have all of these appointments, like just follow-ups, like every 2 months they want to see him. And he's missing a lot of school. But one thing I will say that God is blessing him with is he just has all A's still. Except behavior. He's a little talky, like somebody we know. You know, he's his mother's child. He a little talky. So he got another grade in that behavior side.
Well, we're not gonna talk about that.
We don't have to talk about that. We don't have to.
Let's
talk about it.
No, we're not talking about that. We talk about
that's not important.
We don't have to talk. But
that's
he has
extracurricular activity.
To answer your question, he has all the A's.
That's good.
Now trying to like get him into a different type of school, a more special school, so that he can be more challenged, because it's like some of the work I think is just too easy. But either way, schooling, the only thing that I will say is he does miss a lot. Like he's one of those kids with a lot of tardies, a lot of absences, because there are some mornings where he go to sleep fine, he wakes up sick. So I will take more time to like give him a treatment or give him some extra medication on top of his daily medication, just so that he could get through the day.
Yeah.
And usually that depends on like what I have to do for work. So that's another thing. It's like I got this job I'm supposed to
right, Grandma. Full of life.
Yeah, he ain't missing no beats. Okay, he ready. Always ready is what I call him. That's his nickname. Always ready.
Why don't you call me OJ Simpson?
They did those days put under an air tent. Oh, air tent. Days are under tent. Wow.
Wow. I didn't know about that.
Me neither. Hey, Mom Jackie, that's crazy how times have changed. Air tent. I don't even know what that is. Yeah. I'm about to Google what an air tent is.
People be in there with them?
Right. Like, what it look like? Is it clear?
They have been there all day for 10
Is it a bed in there?
I need to see, because how they eat.
Right. Y'all got food? Right. Is there a TV? No.
Yeah, because we watching TV with the
got books, a bookshelf, something.
Every single movie they got at that hospital. Every single one, about 10 times.
Every single. They know.
We
just
know all of them.
Press power. Just give me the remote. That's it.
You know they doing this now. I don't know if they did this because we a little older. We ain't got to talk about that. But I don't know if they did this back when you was younger. But you know they be having game time and like a Zoom group meeting and games with all of the kids together, and the special nurses come in there and do activities.
I've had that.
In the bed.
I've had that. I've had like playtime where everyone, it's like a room where you got like all these toys and people come in, you got clowns and all that. We haven't. I didn't have no Zoom yet, but we did have.
They do it one-on-one now. So they have a nurse come in and bring the activities into your room, and everybody's on the screen Zoom call, and everybody's doing the activity together like a group, but everybody could see from the screen.
Oh, that's fancy.
One time we went when he was like 5, and the doctor said, is there anything you need? He said, yeah, a video game. Girl, they brought a video game up in there. Big old this road. I said, they got video games up in the hospital. I did not know.
Man. Oh, Mom Jack, you said, yeah, well, makes lessons. Didn't have none of that back then. That, I think that is super dope because of the simple fact that kids can't control what they have. Like they can't. And at the end of the day, they are kids, and they still have a life of being a kid. And I think that the hospitals don't want to take that part away from them, because it's not easy being a young child, seeing everybody else living a grand life, being able to do whatever, whenever, and you're kind of like stuck being treated every 2 hours, seeing, you know.
Right.
So I think
And
that's
usually he only feels sick, like wants to lay down for about a day or two. By
gonna,
day 3, he ready to party again and do
yeah, that's
cartwheels
it. Yeah,
around
we're
the
not about to stay
hospital,
down.
and I have to get him to stay in the bed and be still. And the IV be here, and he be trying to dance, And so I
Yeah.
feel bad because it's like he needs to get out. Like one time he was in that hospital room, honey. He just threw a ball across the room. I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, break stuff. Help us, Father, because I can't replace
Right.
this."
He just has a lot of, like, naturally he's just energetic. Is
Yeah.
he, or are you, do you have a fear? That was my question. Do you have a fear of him going to other people's homes,
Oh
or oh really?
yeah.
Yes.
All the time. All the time.
Even if it's my friend's house.
Even
Really?
Even if it's my dad's house.
yeah. Only because like for me, I know how he is when he's consistent with his
And my
medications.
dad doesn't take
Okay.
good care of me.
Okay. We don't have to talk about that part, okay?
But your mom does.
Yes. Yes.
Boom.
So we gonna so the medications, the daily medications are so important. And when there's a
Hmm.
break in that, it's like an instant trigger almost. And when if they're not, I don't know, I don't be knowing certain situations, but sometimes they not as clean, or if
Oh yeah.
he's sleeping on their couch as opposed to a bed with sheets.
Hmm.
I even had a doctor, and that's another thing, is like sometimes having these conversations with the doctors, they give me ideas. Like I've had
Yeah.
a doctor ask me, when's the last time you changed your pillows? And I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. Like maybe I should just buy new pillows every whatever, few months.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I didn't think about it until they asked me. I was like,
Hmm.
I maybe should change out the pillows. Of course, I wash stuff and change the pillowcases, but actually getting new pillows, I never had that on the rotation until the doctor asked me.
The crazy thing is, it's almost like when you're around someone that has like allergies or anything that requires like breathing,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like you have to have like a mindset of like ADD,
Mm-hmm.
because of the simple fact that everything has to be so clean and sanitary,
Mm-hmm.
and almost like you got to start brand new ever so often, because that's what we had to,
So
that's,
hard.
yeah,
So
it's
hard because like you got
so
to think
hard.
about it. For me, it's not just what I bought for the house. It's the house, the walls, the
Yes.
how old is the place?
Yes.
Does it have carpet? Like I've literally not moved into places because they have carpet, and that's
Yeah, that's
it. And like,
crazy.
or the carpet has to be brand new, like
Yeah.
brand new. It has to be like a newly remodeled apartment or something like that with brand
Fresh.
new carpet. Because all of that is triggers. And when I tell you they've only told me this child is allergic to cats, I'm like, well, we still in the same place because I don't know what his trigger is. He ain't never been around a cat.
Right. So it got to be a little bit more.
Yeah,
You got to give me something.
that's to me, that's where I feel like the trauma has come from me. Is
Hmm.
that I can be a little more overly stressed about simple things like what he's eating, making sure that I'm cooking instead of buying stuff. And none of that's horrible. It's just like for me, it's not just me being a parent. It's more so of me feeling like I need to be in control of this part because I don't know. I don't have control of the other part. So I can only, be in control of this part. So let me make sure that I can say last thing he ate was this, that I cooked it. I didn't
Right.
buy it from wherever. Or we go to
Yeah.
some of the same spots if we do go out to eat because I know
Hmm.
that we ain't got sick there yet. So we good, we cleared for takeoff. And so it for me it's been that it's been like I don't know what to give him or not give him, so I just kind of like overly try to be in control, and usually that's the only question I can answer when we go to
Hmm.
the hospital is what is the last thing he ate.
Is there when it comes down to like certain things that he eats or can't eat, have you noticed there's a trigger on a certain food or a certain brand?
No, not at
Man,
all. I cannot. I can't. I wish I knew if this boy was allergic to a food. I cannot place it with anything.
I love food.
He eats mostly everything. The only thing he likes claims he doesn't like is beans, but that's because he
mm,
doesn't want to eat them. It's not because he has a reaction.
not because right.
So I don't think that he's allergic to any type of food. And that's another thing is like he could go anywhere. Like when the time he almost died, he had carrots that day, like
Wow.
from McDonald's or something. Like,
Okay, so this is what I just found out because I've never been allergic to any greenery, like green vegetables, and now it seems like I'm getting allergic. And one of my cousins, she's also allergic, but she told me about vegetable wash.
I heard about that.
And she said because anything like if it's not cooked or if it's not clean, like thoroughly clean, then that's when the allergy triggers. And
Okay.
it's because of where it came from. Like it came from the dirt, it came from the pollen. And if you're allergic to pollen,
Mhm.
you got allergies or
Yep.
asthma,
Yep.
boom. So I literally just found that out the other day, and I bought vegetable wash because I don't know what my trigger is, but it seems like every time I've been eating anything green, I've been triggered. But also, I have allergies. I'm allergic to pollen.
Yeah, that's what they said to him too. They said it's dust pollen and cats, but I'm like dust pollen. Like, what does that mean? They were like, oh, certain grasses. I'm like,
Yeah,
how am I supposed to? What you want me to do? Test the grass before I take the child to the park? I don't know which grass are he supposed to be in or not, honey. And
they don't.
that's to me, that's just like added stress. And then for me,
Yeah,
I'm also like, I'm the type of person like what I do for a living. No, go get something else. You don't need no more of that. Um,
gotta love them.
I have been like more like I don't know. I almost sometimes want to like not work because of what I do for a living. Like I be
Hmm.
at people's houses. I was transporting people in my car for a little while.
Oh,
Um, I go to houses to do like my assessments, my mental health assessments and stuff. And so I'm more so like I want to change my every time he gets sick, I be like, I need a new job. Like I need to quit my
yeah.
job and do something else because
Something
I
else.
don't know if I'm making him sick just from my clothes or what done got on
Right.
me today or I done been in some situations these last couple of years. When we was singing,
Yeah.
I wasn't a therapist yet, but now I've been in these streets as a
For real,
therapist.
for,
Okay.
for real. You
Woo,
adult now.
woo.
You a real adult.
Oh, honey, listen, let me tell you, like
You a real adult.
those streets, like I done had all
Oh,
types of wonderful things happen while I'm at work. And so I'll be coming home like, child, I got to sanitize me in the car because I don't know what
okay.
got up in here. And I'm
Oh,
at I get
man.
to the point like when he gets hospitalized, I don't want to do nothing. Like I don't want to do my job in the capacity that I do it. Like I have to, I'm
Right.
always trying to like figure out other ways or figure out if I could just get a remote job or something because
Yeah.
it's harder to navigate when I don't know what to tie it back to.
Hmm. Man, that's so interesting. But that's so like a lot of people don't think about that part because that's so true, especially when you or the doctors can't really pinpoint exactly what it is. I think you'll have more peace if you knew exactly what it is because you
Yeah.
can eliminate that. But
Yep.
it's just like trying to play Russian roulette and try to figure it out. So for people that um are in your shoes and do have a child, daughter or whatever that has a breathing, I was about to say allergy, but it's not allergy. It's breathing
Mhm.
complications. What can you tell them to just kind of help them if they don't know? Because you've kind of been in it for a little bit.
Mhm. I would say don't like let them tell you everything. Like I think sometimes it could be like, if you're not in the field, the medical field, you kind of let them, the doctors and the nurses, navigate how everything is going to go. I think that it's important to speak up and to understand that you may not be a medical expert, but you could be an expert for your child. Like, don't nobody know your baby like you do. And so you can tell them what's normal, abnormal, where you feel like they are uncomfortable, and what they can do. And I think sometimes it could be intimidating, especially if you look younger than you are. I feel like I've had that happen a lot in the hospitals where like I look a little bit younger, so they kind of don't expect me to know stuff until I open my mouth. Um, and so I felt like they would like dismiss me or dismiss us, and not to really put a label on why, but still, like, I think it's important to know that you can be the expert of your child and you can tell them what's going on, and you can tell them what's normal, what's abnormal, and you can force them to give you the things that you need. Like, don't like allow them to say, okay, you guys are discharged. Tell them, hey, he's not comfortable, can we stay a little longer, can we have someone else talk, can we talk to someone else about this? Because like I said, there are times where for me, I'm like, hey, can we get up out of here, because everything that you guys are doing I can do at home. So if there's nothing else that you guys have, then let's go. Like, yeah, he's still sick, I get it, but we need to be discharged now, because now y'all just wasting our time.
Yeah.
If we on treatments every 4 hours, albuterol, I got plenty of that at the house.
Right.
Y'all not doing nothing outside of that, then we gotta go, because
Yeah.
I can't get this little baby to stay still in the hospital for days. Like, I just think that's an unrealistic expectation. So sometimes it's important to just speak up and to be the advocate for your child and be the expert for your child, and that's okay, because sometimes they will just push you off to the side, like you're almost invisible or irrelevant. And so that's been my experience. And I think it's important that as parents that we don't just say like, yeah, I don't have a degree in nobody's medical nothing, but I got a degree in a Don Coleman. And I'm a I'm gonna tell them where he needs to be at, what he needs to be doing. And we're not leaving if he's not okay. And if he is okay, we are leaving.
Right. And
And
that's
I'm okay with that too. And I have walked away from that hospital a couple of times because they was not giving us the treatment that they needed to. Like, there was one time in particular, I took him on a Friday night and they had the emergency room people waiting outside. Everyone was waiting outside. And usually when he comes there and he can't breathe, they put him at the top of the list. They put the kids that, are
can't.
more.
Right.
They had us out there waiting for hours. And
Wow.
he was throwing up on the ground. So I went home and I gave him treatments every 2 hours until the morning. And I came back and brought him to the ER again, because we're not about to be sitting outside and my baby's throwing up on the ground and y'all have not given him a bed yet.
Right.
So,
Especially when you have stuff at the house that you can at least accommodate for in the meantime.
right. And so there's things like, of course, that's all in his medical records that the mom left the hospital. Oh, left the hospital with her own child. Okay. But baby, let me tell you, he stayed alive. Okay. We wasn't outside in the cold throwing up on the ground all night.
Right. Because that's another trigger. The cold
Thank
weather.
you. So I think it's important to just be able to just make those executive decisions and understand that you could be the expert for your child. You ain't got to be a medical nothing. You could tell
Professional.
them, yeah. So that's important. And then also, I think people have to give themselves opportunities to just be like, some of this stuff is just normal. Like, I ain't know nothing about asthma until I had a kid with asthma. I didn't have no experiences with that prior to that. And so for me, it was just, I know what he looks like when he's breathing comfortably, and I know what he looks like when he's not. Like, his chest is caving in, or he's not taking a full breath. Like, I've been watching him do that though since he was 3 months. Like, literally the day I had to go back to work, 3 days later he came home with like, he was 3 months old and came home with like a pink eye and a runny nose from his brand new daycare. And that was started it, and we was on breathing treatments ever since 3.5 months when I had to go back to work.
Man, yeah, I appreciate you just sharing your experience, and then also I appreciate Aiden sharing his experience too. But I
Mhm.
think it's so important, just like you said, to advocate for your child, because you're not a professional, but you know your child because
Mhm.
you're with them all the time. Like, Can't nobody tell me nothing more about my child. You can tell me the medical side of it, but I know my child.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for people to know and understand. And I appreciate you not only advocating for your child, but also letting him understand and live a full life still beyond, what he deals with. Because he is a bright child.
Thank
I
you.
mean, bright.
Thank you.
This guy is bright.
He's hilarious. He really
I
is.
love it. Thank you again so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it. Adon, where Donda?
Come here. Come on, Don. Now, you know this is about you. You trying to be
Listen, okay, it's all about you, big boy. I just got one question for you. When you
Yeah.
grow up, what you want to do? What you want to be? Where you want to be at?
I want to be a dad.
Listen, that's the greatest gift right there.
what else you want to be like for a career?
I just want to be a dad. That's gonna be
That's
my
it. He said, "You're
big.
big."
That's gonna be my job.
Listen, and you better accomplish that goal, okay? Don't
Okay.
tell nobody no different. You be the doggone best dad you ever can be, okay?
Okay.
How many kids you want?
3.
Ooh, you got it. 3 whole children.
Oh, help us, Jesus.
That's up there.
Mhm.
That is.
How old you gonna be after you have? How old I tell you gotta wait till?
My mom said I have to be 30 to have kids.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
a marriage, then kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the order. I agree with you. Because
Okay.
3.
Well, over the years, he said different things, like he wants to be a karate teacher, and
Okay.
what else has he said? He wants to be. I think Adon is going to do something with his voice. That's what I think. I think that he's
Boom.
gonna be a speaker, president.
One of them.
Somebody is gonna hear that voice, honey. I was thinking he might sing, but we still working on that.
We're working on the tone.
Working on the notes, get him right up there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you know how we get down in rehearsal.
You know, we just got to be on key.
You got.
So we teaching him piano. He literally started piano lessons last week. So we go
Boom.
put them notes up in there and
Yeah, get the notes because you got
put him in the
to hear
depth
it.
of his soul so he can bring them on out right.
Because you can't be going out. You can't be going out being under the note or on top of the note. You got to be on it.
So no, we can't.
Don't be under on top. On.
We don't have a lot of good options out here. So he's a 90s R&B child and 70s, 80s, because after the 90s it's just
I don't know what happened. We kind of went lost.
yes, it's not.
Listen, but it's okay though because he's about to be a great father of 3 and a piano.
Mm-hmm. And a karate teacher.
And a karate kid.
Yeah.
There it is. Yo, D, thank you so much again for gracing the stage. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Adon.
Having us.
Is this actually going to be broadcasted across the world?
It is. It's actually across the world now. Everybody can see you. You live in living color, all on YouTube and on Facebook. YouTube and on Facebook. Little man got big. Thank you, Gabe. Little man got big dreams.
Yes, big dreams.
Period. All right, Gabe's gonna put you in the back. Don't log off because I'm about to end the show and then we out of here. Love you.
Hey, love you too. Bye.
Bye. Oh. Love it, Dom. Listen, I told you my guest is super dope, bro. Like, that's my girl. I love her. And I love Adon too now. Like, they're just too legit to quit. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in and gracing the stage and commenting and like all that. I appreciate it. I definitely don't take it lightly. I love everyone for just watching and seeing what we're doing. And also, like, my guests, come on now. I told you it was dope. Like, why you think something different? Like, that's crazy that you even thought something different. Like, that's how we do. I love you, Mom Sonia. All right, so let's get into the church announcements. So, if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you know someone that wants to be a guest on the show and you have a disability and or medical condition, if you are a medical professional, or you are a caregiver, hit my pager. Okay? Hit my line. Now, disclaimer. Don't be hitting me up talking about you stubbed your toe, talking about it was dark and you ran into the wall, you got a bruise on your elbow because you hit the. That ain't got what that got to do with me. Slap some lotion or some vitamin E oil on that John and keep it pushing. We need people that deal with real life stuff. Okay, so if you have a medical condition, disability, if you are a essential caregiver and or you are a medical professional, holla at me. Hit me on my line. Page me. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. That's it, that's all. All right, next church announcement. Next Tuesday, we are live and in living color. I mean, y'all know my guest about to be dope. And it just is what it is. Like, that's what we do on here on One Being Brave, period. And then we about to be in like swimwear. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. I definitely appreciate it. I love y'all. We out. Like, another successful run. You feel me? Episode 14 in the books. And we got the looks from the. Okay, I don't know how to rap or rhyme. I don't know how to do neither, but it don't even matter though, because what I can do is let y'all go, and then, but don't log off though, because I gotta show you something. All right, we out. Dave, get me off the screen, please, please, please. I love y'all. Period. Y'all better love me too. All right, Dave, get me out of here. Y'all already know what to do. Until next time, love you.